Bad news, team. We were all right. Randy Pitchford is back on Twitter, and he's tweeting Randy Pitchford things. I've tried everything. I've Googled how to confiscate a CEO's phone. Turns out that's a crime. I've tried bidding on signal jammers on eBay. So far, no bites. So now, this is me speaking directly to you, Randy. Just a gamer speaking to a CEO. This is an intervention. We're not mad. We're just disappointed. And also mad. And yeah, it's easy to laugh. I am laughing, but this isn't just another Randy being Randy moment. This is a real problem. If this continues to happen, I honestly believe that it could hurt Borderlands 4. So stick around, because by the end of this, I'm gonna show you how tweets like his have sunk projects in games, TV, and movies. Let's break it down. I wanna start off by saying, Randy, take a seat. We're all friends here and we care about you.
There we go.
Someone take Randy's phone. Take his phone. I'll do it. I live 15, 20 minutes away from headquarters. Just give me a key card and a red button that turns off Randy's Wi-Fi, and I can save this game. Just let me do this. Let me do this. We had 2 tweets on their own. They're not horrific. They're not the massive stumbles that he did before. But whenever you add these things up, and they stack on top of one another, these are straws, and the camel is crying, and that back is about to snap, dude. Here we have the first. Randy retweets from the Borderlands account, says, hey, Borderlands 3, it's 95% off. Go get it on Steam now. Randy Pitchford retweets this, and unfortunately added his own context to it.
And it would have all been fine without the last sentence.
Randy says, sales like this and Borderlands 3 showing up on console subscription programs, because it also showed up on Game Pass. Borderlands 3 showing up on console subscription programs took over 5 years from the game's launch to happen. Take advantage when it's here. And to set expectations, it will be even longer before this kind of thing happens in the next cycle with Borderlands 4. Whenever we talked about the possibility of Borderlands being $80. One of the biggest things that we heard from our commenters was, I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. If it's $80, I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. Even if it's not $80, I didn't much care for Borderlands 3, so I'm going to wait for it to go on sale. And here's Randy saying, it ain't going to go on sale. What are you doing? God forbid if I should claim to understand what is going on in Randy's head. Randy, I'd love to know. Come talk to us. And we'll ask. The only thing I can fathom is that in Randy's head, he's like, well, if we let them know that there's not going to be any sales, maybe they won't wait for the sales and they'll just get it when it launches. He's wanting to get a big sales number for the launch. And this, if that's what's going on, bro, this is not the way to do it. This is not how you do it. What we need for Randy is if somebody just take his phone, and then if we could create an app that looked exactly like Twitter, but all it was
it's not going to anybody.
But whenever he typed it out, either it went to nobody or it sent a text message to a PR person.
Say they could run an algorithm that just produced AI responses from fake people.
Something,
yeah,
man.
Randy, this is awesome. We're so happy it's not going on sale. Ever.
Hey, don't skip. This isn't an ad, just 15 seconds of sincerity. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and even watching this far. We're a small channel and we're trying to grow, and your engagement and participation does more than you could ever imagine. So go ahead and click the buttons down here. Each like pulls you a chair up right next to us in the intervention. You don't even have to say anything. Just nod silently while we try to pry the phone out of Randy's hands. And if you hit subscribe and ring the bell, that makes you part of the inner circle, the ones who stay after everyone else has gone home and ask, how do you think he took it? Either way, welcome aboard. Back to the show. He went on again, and this one was weird. It was weirdly worded, but Randy Pitchford launched his own little poll, and he said, Suits thinking about exclusives between EGS, Epic Game Store, and Steam. Would you pre-order Borderlands 4 on your favorite platform if you knew that would influence exclusivity decisions? Before we get into the responses here, there's a few things. I'm sure Randy's heart is in the right place, but it's his thumbs that are the problem, regardless of where his heart is. The options were odd. The options are, yes, Steam, yes, Epic, no, Steam, no, Epic. This doesn't exactly make a lot of sense when you look at it, and you got to read it a few times. What is he even talking about? Just to get it out of the way, there's no exclusivity for Borderlands 4. Don't worry about that. That is not happening. Yeah. Fear not. It is already available for pre-order everywhere. Borderlands 3 was an exclusive to Epic Game Store for 12 months or something like that. It was exclusive to Epic. Now, when he says, yes, Steam, yes, Epic, no Steam, no Epic, here's the thing, and it's because of this really important word here, and that's pre-order. It's, yes, I would pre-order it from Steam. Steam is my preferred platform. And then, no, I would not pre-order it from Steam, but Steam is my preferred platform, and I would likely buy it later. I'm not going to pre-order it, but whenever it launches, Steam's where I would buy it. It was, as you would assume, overwhelmingly Steam. 91% of people that voted in this,
rightly,
almost 10,000 people, more people than Microsoft laid off this week, voted
too soon
for Steam. Said Steam. Epic is a margin of error at this point. Why even bother with this? You know that Steam is the engine. Okay, so we're still playing around with exclusivity because obviously that always goes over so well on consoles. And now you're talking about it on game stores. All the flack they had to catch whenever Borderlands 3 was on the Epic Game Store, and they're actually going to consider to do that now. They would still consider doing it. I don't know. In what world did they think that there was going to be more people than Steam would say Epic? I don't know. I don't know what you think whenever you put something out like this. So basically, like I said, on their own, not awful, but in totality, it looks like he is trying every trick in the book to try to make people pre-order the game or just buy the game as quickly as possible. The first tweet, it comes off like you are telling people there will be no sales coming, so just go ahead and get it. And then here, it feels like he's saying, hey, you should probably pre-order. Because that's going to make it sounds like a threat, because obviously there was no world where Epic was going to get more votes than Steam. No world. That's insane. That's what makes it feel like a threat, because Steam is the market leader. There's no competition. So the fact that you're like, hey, your pre-orders are going to impact future exclusivity deals. Here's your two options, Steam and Epic. Would you pre-order if that would actually influence? It feels like a threat. It feels like you are threatening to be exclusive to Epic again if people don't pre-order your game. I don't know what else to say. Stop tweeting. Go on Netflix. Find a new show. I don't know, binge watch The Walking Dead. Anything. Just stop talking about Borderlands 4. It's not working. You do not know the harm that you could potentially be doing to your game. That's the thing here. We have example after example, recent examples. We have people, very well-paid people in very expensive suits, and their entire job is to factor in different things and say, okay, we think that this is the maximum amount of product that you can sell, and we think this is the minimum amount that it could sell potentially. And they come to these with a series of equations and things like that. They can factor in all sorts of stuff. They can factor in how long a console's been out, established player bases, performance of previous games, the cost of the game that you're launching. So many of these variables, all these things that are concrete and known, they can use these, and they can come up with these projections of what you'll be doing, how well your product will sell, or whatever it is. But when you introduce something that they cannot control, all of that goes out the windows. The live action Snow White that Disney did, Disney could not have predicted Rachel Zegler and her social media activity, her performance in interviews, and it absolutely tanked the movie. The movie had its own problems on its own, but before it even released, she had tanked that movie. Battlefront 2, sense of pride and accomplishment. How did that work out for Battlefront 2? Whenever the EA had this very highly publicized, this executive, and the line came out of, it gives players a sense of pride and accomplishment with these gotcha games, and that hit Battlefront like crazy as it went along with its loot boxes, things like that. It doesn't. And then we even more recently in video games, game key cards. There was a creator that I really like called Beat 'em Ups, and he has a recent video where he talks about game key cards, which is this new thing that they're doing for Nintendo Switch. So it's a physical key card. So you basically have a digital copy of the game, but you have to have a physical totem to access it. And people hate these things. Who would have guessed, right? But we have a lot of third-party developers, third-party games. So we've got Cyberpunk on there and all these other games. And multiple of these companies are saying that their sales for their games that they have put on the Switch 2 are underperforming their lowest expectations. Their bottom floor projections, they are still underperforming. Beat 'em Ups makes the argument, and I think he's right, that the thing here that's tipping the scales are these game key cards. That's the one thing that these people were not able to account for because it's never been done before. They couldn't have anticipated the hate and loathing that these game key cards would generate. Randy, it may not seem like much whenever you do this, but stacked one on top of the other on top of the other, you will get no more grace from anyone when they read your tweets than I would. Randy, I like your games. I like you. I enjoy this stuff. I am going so far out of my way to read these things with grace and give you the benefit of the doubt. And even I read these like threats. It's not good. It's not a good look. So yes, quit. Your game right now is probably going to do great. You're probably going to sell great numbers. And from what I've seen, you're probably going to get good word of mouth. So just stop. Stop. Let your fans do the talking. Just put out a great game. Let your fans talk about it. You don't talk about it. That's my request. Randy, please put down the phone, uninstall Twitter, please. You can get it back in October. You can re-download it in October, but for right now, stop. Get a hobby. Watch something on Netflix. We've got some recommendations that we can throw out. Waterfront's great. Jay recommended it last week. I've binged it. It's phenomenal. Watch Waterfront. Just stop. Just get off Twitter. There you go. That's it. That's what I got.
If anybody has any Tylenol and can forward it to this guy, let's do that. Because holy shit, where's the Tylenol? But he's right, man. Yeah. Randy,
I rest my case.
You do, sir. It's rested.
Thank you so much for watching the entire video, and let me know what you think. Are you like me and think that Randy is creeping ever closer to doing permanent damage to Borderlands 4? Or do you think this is all just white noise and it doesn't really matter? After all, if you've made it this far, you're basically family, and family doesn't always have to agree. But we do have to stick together, so be sure to like if you haven't already, and give us a subscribe if you're feeling extra brave. We've got more chaos commentary and digital interventions coming your way. And if you want to follow the Randy saga up to this point and all the crazy things he's already said, watch these videos. It'll get you caught up. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again.